everyone and welcome to this video. So this is a bit of a bonus video. I wasn't planning on doing this originally, however I decided I might actually have kind of enough to do this video for, and that is doing a list of the figures that I have pre-ordered for 2025. I normally don't really like pre-order that much, so I wasn't expecting to even be able to make this video, or I'd have like two and then it would be like, okay, video over, bye. But on kind of a second look, I realised that I might have more pre-ordered than I thought, so I thought it'd be fun to go through everything. Plus I just really want to talk about these figures, so this is kind of an excuse to talk about them because I don't know if I will get around to filming a haul or what. If I'm looking down, it's because I have everything listed down here because I will not remember otherwise. I guess without further ado, we will get started with February. Now, obviously, January's already passed. I didn't have anything pre-ordered for January anyway. Actually, that's a lie. I did, but either I cancelled or they got delayed. So, January, not important. So, first up, we have February, and February doesn't have a lot going for it, which I'm glad about. So, first of all, well, we only have two Nendoroids in February. First of all, we have the Aventurine Nendoroid from Honkai Star Rail. Of course, I am ordering this. It goes without saying. If you don't know, I love Aventurine. I was an Aventurine fan from day one. I was a defender from 2.0 when everyone hated him before he got his backstory. I was a defender, so I am of course getting this Nendoroid. I did also order this one from the Good Smile shop, which I normally never do, but because on the Good Smile shop they do have exclusive benefits and things, and I wanted the exclusive standee, I believe it was, that it comes with. I don't remember now, it's been a while since I pre-ordered, but I wanted the exclusive benefit, so I ordered that. So yes, very excited to get that, and I will also of course be getting the scale figure that will be releasing whenever that releases. I don't actually know when because it's still in the prototype, but of course we'll be ordering that. And then, as I said, we have one other Nendoroid in February, and that is the Izumi Haruka Nendoroid from Idolish 7. Big fan of Idolish 7, if you didn't know, if you're new here. Hi, I'm a big fan of Idolish 7, and I have made it my mission since halfway through last year when the re-releases happened for Tenriku, Sogo and Tamaki, to get all of the Idolish 7 Nendoroids. So of course I'm getting all of the Zool Nendoroids, even though I'm not particularly attached to them yet, just because I am an anime only. But I know for a fact that I will get attached to them, and I also have been feeling more endeared to a lot of them recently, especially Haruka. And can I just say, his Nendoroid, perfect. Every faceplate, perfection. I don't even know what I'm gonna like pose him with. I'm probably gonna do the sticky out tongue one, but every faceplate on that, perfection. I do kind of wish that they did a crying faceplate, but I understand why. But I would have loved it if it was a bonus or something, but understand why. The faceplates he has, perfect as well, but crying faceplate would have been great. That is everything that I have in February, which is good. And in March I actually don't have anything. Woo, yay! Look at me being financially responsible. So then, in April we have two figures. One is an Nendoroid again, which I guess I'll talk about first because it kind of relates to the last one. It is Natsume Minami from Idolish 7, another Zool Nendoroid that is being released. All of the Zool Nendoroids are being released this year, so spoiler alert on what's going to come later on. But yes, very excited for Minami. I don't love his Nendoroid as much as I love Haruka's, but like, as I said, Haruka's is perfection, and Minami's doesn't look bad. It's just like, it's understandable why there's less going for him, because in general he's a bit more of a less expressionate person in like as his character, so I understand why there's less, but his Nendoroid does look great. And then we do have my first actual scale figure. Wow, I know, getting to April before I get a first scale figure. And originally this was going to be released in January, but it got delayed, and that is the Hatsune Miku Sakura Miku Hanami outfit version, the 1/6 scale by Good Smile. This is an absolutely gorgeous figure. I try so hard not to fall into the Hatsune Miku rabbit hole of figures because there's so many and they're all so gorgeous. However, this one was an absolute must. It is gorgeous. The outfit is stunning. The pink is beautiful. I love the aesthetic of it, and it would go so well with some of the other figures I have. I already have like in my mind how it's going to be displayed. It's going to be gorgeous and beautiful, and I'm so excited for this figure. I also really like the base on it. I very rarely like the bases on figures, but I really like the base on this one. So I am very excited about that. And then there is one figure which I'm considering pre-ordering, because I actually originally had this pre-ordered and then I cancelled it because it was set to release in the same month. It was set to release in January, the same time as the Sakura Miku figure. So I cancelled it, and now it is also they both got delayed to the same month somehow. So I still have not reordered it, but I really want it, and I'm scared kind of to leave it to kind of see if it goes down in the aftermarket or not. So I'm undecided because it is already actually a great price for what it is. I should stop beating around the bush and actually say what figure it is. It is the original Alice Liddell figure from the, is it called the Fushigi no Mutan? I don't know, collection by Apex Innovation. It is a 1/7 scale. It is gorgeous. It's an Alice in Wonderland themed figure, which if you didn't know, I really like Alice in Wonderland themed things. I'm trying to make a whole Alice in Wonderland themed shelf and it would go perfectly on that. And it's just a gorgeous figure. As I said, the only reason I cancelled it was because I had another figure releasing at the same time, and now it's been delayed to the same month, so I can't even be like, oh well, I don't have a figure in that month, because they've both been delayed to that month. So I'm unsure on what to do. And the other thing is, so after this is like the next couple months are kind of insane. So like I can't, if I'm gonna wait to order it, I'm not gonna order it until much later into the year, and by then it might have gone up in the aftermarket, it might not be available, I don't know. So I am heavily debating on what to do on this figure. So that is April, and now we are into the big boy months, the months that every figure I want apparently has decided to release in, which I am not very happy about, especially because of one of them, which, okay. So let's start off with one I'm very excited for. I mean, I'm excited for all of these, but there's, you know, there's feelings towards some of them. So first up, we have the Witch Hat Atelier re-release figure for Coco, a 1/8 by Kotobukiya. It is a gorgeous figure. I have loved this figure since I've seen it, and the fact that they're doing a re-release makes me so happy. I'm a bit confused on why they're doing the re-release before the anime releases, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. This is an absolutely stunning figure. This is the type of figure that I would show to people that aren't into anime collecting, to try and explain why we like why people buy these figures, because they're genuinely such gorgeous art pieces. Like this, it's so beautiful the way everything is used. It's just an art piece. That is what it is. Coco looks amazing. She's so in character. She looks so beautiful, but everything around it is also so good. And also the brush bug is so cute. It's such a gorgeous figure, and it's also an amazing price for what it is. So yes, I can't wait to own this figure. It's gonna be so good. And then another scale figure I have ordered for May is the Apothecary Diaries Mau Mau 1/7 by Good Smile. So there are two Mau Mau figures that were kind of releasing at the same time. There was this one, and then there was also the like garden party version. I don't know what company's making it, but that one, I was debating heavily between which one I wanted, and I decided on this one because I felt this one was very much more Mau Mau. Like I feel like it represents her more, and I just love the like composition and setting of it. I love the fact that she's sitting on a bench. I don't know why, that's just very appealing to me. I think because I don't really have any sitting figures, so it's just kind of nice to break up a bit. My one complaint about this figure is, why is the rose so big? It's like the size of her face, and I don't understand why it's so big, but it doesn't take away from the figure. It's just every time I look at it, I'm like, why do they do that? But I guess maybe they wanted to have the detail of it, so they made it bigger. I don't know. Anyway, it's a gorgeous figure, and I can't wait to own it. And then I guess we should talk about the elephant in the room that's being released in May, which is the Quesadilla Vanitas 1/7 figure by Prisma Wing. The bane of my existence currently, and we will get to that later in more detail. But this is a stupidly overpriced figure, but I am buying it because I really like Quesadilla Vanitas. You can see it's up there. Jun Mochizuki is the author of my favorite series, Your Heart. So like I feel the need to support. This is the only figure that exists currently of Vanitas, or from the series, and as stupidly overpriced as it is, I'm worried that somehow it will go up in the aftermarket. I know a lot of Prisma Wings figures have like gone down in the aftermarket, so the smart decision would be to wait. However, on the very small off chance that doesn't happen and I don't get this figure, I know I'm gonna regret it, because I do think this is a gorgeous figure. I just don't understand why it's that expensive. But I do love the composition. I think Vanitas looks amazing on it. I will say, personally, I really hope that they announce what the painted version of Noe looks before Vanitas releases, because obviously I'm going to want them both, but I really don't want to buy Noe if they do a bad job with him, specifically his skin tone. I'm very worried about that, so I'm really hoping they release the painted version of Noe before that releases, because yes, that's very important. So for now, I will be getting Vanitas, and that won't be changing unless something really bad happens between now and then. But I will unfortunately be giving in to Prisma Wing and what they're insane prices. I don't understand how they're doing this. I don't understand how they're making money. Actually, because of people like me, that's how they're making money. But like, anyway, this Prisma Wing rant is not over, believe it or not. There will be more. We have two last things in May, which are less expensive definitely compared to Vanitas. So first of all, we have the Yato Nendoroid from Noragami, which I think is adorable, and honestly, I'm still kind of up in the air on whether or not I want this or not, but this is definitely an Nendoroid that after it releases, it's going to be hard to find, and every time I don't order an Nendoroid and then I want it and I can't find it, I regret it. So this is a case of I'm ordering it first, and then if I decide I don't want it later, I can sell it rather than waiting and being like, no, I want it, and now it's like 3 times the price. There are several Nendoroids that are like that for me. So yeah, I think Yato turned out adorable though. I think I really like his Nendoroid. And originally, like years ago, he was one of my favourite characters. So honestly, it's weirder that I don't get it. Lastly, in May, we have one figure that I was kind of like umming and ahhing about getting, but I decided to, mainly because it is a pop-up parade, and pop-up parades aren't exactly gonna break the bank, once again, compared to Vanitas. I'm comparing everything to Vanitas from now on. But yes, so that is the pop-up parade for the protagonist from that is the pop-up parade for the protagonist from Persona 3 Reload. Oh my god, that was so many P's. That took me way too long to say. But yeah, the main thing that made me decide to get it was because he's doing the iconic pose, the very Makoto pose. I do have the scale figure from Kotobukiya, and that is a gorgeous figure. Do not regret that at all. That was obviously a bit more of an action pose, and I feel like this pop-up parade very much represents Makoto and his character, and him being very apathetic towards life. And you know what, I really wanted that aspect. So I'm excited to get it. And I know pop-up parades are kind of like, I feel like there was a time when pop-up parades were kind of being dissed on a lot, but I feel like the quality's gone back up, and like all of the pop-up parades I have aren't bad quality, so at least in my opinion. So I'm very happy to take the chance on this one, and I like the fact that they've changed the bases. The bases actually don't hurt my soul now, so that's nice. But anyway, that's May, the small amount I have in May, and it's just going to continue because in June we have 2 Nendoroids. Actually, June's not too bad. June's not too bad. So we have 2 Nendoroids and then a 1/8 scale. So the scale figure is from Honkai Star Rail. It's the Kafka Gift Plus 1/8 live version by My Ethos. That was a lot of words. I don't know what Gift Plus is. I think it's just like a line of figures that they're doing that are kind of like on the smaller side. I don't really know too much about it, but they're doing this version of Kafka that they did for the live concert, and it is a gorgeous design, and I've opted to get this rather than the other scale figure that they're doing, like the big one, which has our actual regular outfit, just because I really love this figure. It's also the more cost-effective option, shall we say, and also, as much as I love Kafka, she's not the biggest character that I'm attached to compared to some, so I don't feel the need to have the big scale for her. I also don't really like the beams that are like sticking out on her figure, but this figure is absolutely stunning. Her outfit's stunning. I love the violin and the incorporation of it, especially because of how she intros herself into the game. So yes, absolutely gorgeous figure. Excited to own. And then, as I said, we have 2 Nendoroids in June. We have the 3rd of the Idol 7 figures that are releasing this year. And that is the Inamara Toma figure. The one I'm gonna say I'm the 2nd most excited for, but out of Zul, he's currently my favourite. I love him very much, so I'm excited to own his Nendoroid. It is very cute. As I said, I'm gonna keep saying this, Haruka's Nendoroid, perfection, so I'm most excited for that one, but Toma, close 2nd, just because I have the most connection to him as a character, so excited for that. And then we have a Nendoroid that I wasn't planning on getting, and then they kind of showed what he comes with, and I feel the need so strongly to own this. That is the CL Phantom Hive Nendoroid from the Black Butler Public School arc. I really didn't feel the need to own this, but then they showed, so he has a smiling faceplate, and then they also have him holding a gun, and I see the vision of him holding the gun with the smiling faceplate, and that speaks to me. So I really, really want an Nendoroid purely for that. That is it. That is the only reason. So yeah. I have no other reason for wanting to own it. There is another kind of related figure later on, and I feel like I should only have one of them, but I can't decide which one to cancel. So for now, they're both ordered, and maybe I'll get them both, and maybe I won't. We'll see. We'll see at the end of this year. And then next up, we have July, which once again is gonna be a tough month, just because there's two kind of expensive figures releasing in this month. So we have two Honkai Star Rail figures releasing. So we have the Dunhung Imbibitor Lune 1/7 deluxe version by Apex. So there's two versions of this figure. There's the deluxe version, and I don't know if it's called the normal or the standard version, but basically one has the dragon in it, one doesn't. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't see the point of owning this figure if you don't have the dragon in it. Like, if you're gonna be buying it, you might as well go all the way. That's my personal opinion, but obviously understand if you're on a budget. I will say, I do think out of the figures that have been announced for Star Rail, this is the one that kind of looks the least like the character it's based off. However, the composition is so cool, and I love Dunhung very much, so I would like this figure. Along with that, I do have the March 7th figure pre-ordered, which March is one of my favourite characters in the game. I've said this multiple times before, but she's the reason I started playing the game, and this figure is so cute. I love it so much. I am a bit worried about how much space it's going to take up, but that is not a concern for now. That is a concern for future me. Current me just wants to own this figure. So I am so excited to get both of those. I feel like I remember one of them was supposed to release in a different month, so I'm kind of hoping one of them gets delayed, but you know what, we'll see. But yeah, very excited to get both of those. And then also in July, we have the last of the Agile 7 Nendoroids, the Mido Terao Nendoroid, which is the one I'm definitely the least excited for. Apologies, apologies Terao fans. Just currently, as an anime only, I have very little attachment to this character, but as I said, I'm going to be owning all the Agile 7 Nendoroids, and it would be insane to not own one member of Zul. I'm holding out hope that when we get antagonistic water, he's going to grow on me. That's my goal, my dream. So we shall see. I see the potential in his character. I'm not there yet, but I see the potential. Yeah, so that is it for July, and then in August we once again just have two Nendoroids, and of course they are the Honkai Star Rail Sunday and Robin Nendoroids. I was on the fence about ordering these two, and obviously in the end I gave in because I just kind of realised how much I love Robin and Sunday. I think it actually came to me in a haul once that I just kind of was like, wow, I really like these characters. So yes, I ordered their Nendoroids, and I'm very excited to own both of those. And then September we have nothing. And October, we also have nothing. However, in October there is a figure that I'm considering pre-ordering, which I really don't need, but it's so pretty. I just like, there's a part of me that just really wants it, and it's a really good price for what it is. And that is the Oshinoko Aramakana 1/6 date style version by Good Smile. I just really love the aesthetic of it, and I love Kana a lot. I do already own a Kana figure, and I really don't need multiple figures for Kana, but this figure is so pretty, and it's also such a good price for what it is. And like, there's a part of me that's like, well, there's so many Kana figures that are releasing, hopefully it will bomb in the aftermarket. But once again, it's already such a good price, so like, I wouldn't feel bad. It's so pretty, it's so cute. I just love the crepe, and the it's so cute. I'm probably gonna end up pre-ordering it. Especially because at the moment I don't have anything in those months, so it's not like I need to give up something else for it, you know? And next up, we have November. And November, there is a rant incoming. So, currently, I have a figure pre-ordered. There is a chance of this being cancelled, but there is a chance of it not. And I really hope that's not the case. I really hope I find the willpower to cancel this figure, because you do not understand. So, the figure I have pre-ordered for November is the Promise of Wizard Owen 1/7 scale by Prisma Wing, our good old friend, and it is the DX version. This figure is insanely priced. I don't understand why this figure is so expensive. If you don't know what this figure is, because not many people know about Mahayaku, and I feel like no one has talked about this figure and knows it exists. So the figure that I'm probably showing on screen. So there's two versions. There's a DX version, which is what I currently have pre-ordered, and then there's a version which is just Owen, the character, sitting on the store. So the DX version is 54,000 yen, I believe, which is an insane price. Why is it that much? Now, you could potentially justify it. You can potentially justify it with saying it has a very intricate base. It has Cerberus as these kind of like shadow forms which use translucent plastic, and therefore they kind of need to be Like, they can't make them hollow because you can see inside. So you could argue maybe the cost is going to the amount of plastic that is being used in these walls. Maybe that's where the gigantic cost is coming from, potentially. However, if you look at the version, which is just Owen sitting on a stool, just chilling on a stool, it is like 35,000 yen. What? Please someone explain to me how that figure, without any of the extra stuff, is 34,000 yen. Someone make it make sense. Someone, please, go to Prisma Wing, go to their main office and just ask them, where is this insane pricing coming from? What is going on in the back end of Prisma Wing that just like causes these insane prices? Someone is not doing the accounting right. I swear to God, like, I do not understand why this figure is so expensive. Now you might be wondering, why have you pre-ordered it? Well, unfortunately, I am insane about Mahoyaku. This is the only Mahoyaku figure that exists, excluding the Nendoroid that's coming out for Nero, which I'm very excited for, and I will be pre-ordering. At the time I'm filming this video, it's not up for pre-order yet, but I will definitely be pre-ordering it. But that is also a Nendoroid basic, so like, we're not getting a lot. We're not getting a lot of love here. So, and I will say the figure does look really cool. I'm gonna give them that. I'm still not sold completely on the face, but everything else about it looks so cool. And that is why I have pre-ordered it, because I just really like Mahoyaku. Now, as I said, I'm hoping I gain the willpower to cancel it, because it is an insane price, and I'm really hoping it goes down in the aftermarket, and then I'll snatch it up. However, as I said with Vanitas, in the case that doesn't happen, there is a very high chance that I'm gonna regret not buying this figure. Prisma Wing, why? Why? My current plan, this is an awful plan, but my current plan is Prisma Wing are going to be releasing a figure from a series called Visual Prison this year, and that is a series that no one knows except me. I know that series, but no one else knows except me, and I'm going to use that as my reference on how this figure is going to do in the aftermarket. Is that a bad idea? Yes, but I don't know what else to do. I'm going to see how that does in the aftermarket, and that will decide whether or not I cancel this figure. So anyway, please join me in my hatred for Prisma Wing, because that is insane. Someone tell me. It's also a 1/7. It's like, explain to me. I wouldn't be as mad as I said if it wasn't for the fact that just Owen himself is so expensive. Please explain. Anyway, that's my November. And lastly, we have December. So December we have two figures. One I'm so excited for, but we'll save that for last. We'll save the best for last. So the first figure I have pre-ordered in December is one I mentioned earlier. It is the Black Butler Public School Arc CL Phantom Hive by Aniplex and Sentinel, I believe. So it is just CL sitting in a chair. That's what it is. The reason I pre-ordered it, once again, it's actually a reasonable price. It's not a scale figure, but it is a reasonable price. But you can't, oh, where is it? Up there somewhere. You can't see it. But I own a prize figure of CL from the Book of Atlantic movie, and it is him sitting in a chair. And I proposed the idea of having them sitting in chairs facing each other like they're having a conversation. And I really like the idea of that. So similar to the Nendoroid, I bought it purely for this vision I have in my head. And there is a chance that maybe I'll cancel one of them. I haven't decided which one, but maybe I'll get them both. I don't know. I really don't feel like I need this many CL figures, but like something in my mind is like, you know what? Do it. I specifically love CL in the Public School Arc because it's like his peak like brat era, you know? The last figure I have pre-ordered for this year, which is one I'm so excited for, is the Violet Evergarden 1/7 by ABC Animation and Good Smile Shanghai. I can't believe we're finally getting a Violet Evergarden figure. So I am so excited, and it's of the iconic moment. It looks gorgeous. I've seen some people say that her face looks a bit off, which I don't really agree with. Like, I feel like it looks pretty accurate to the moment. I mean, it's not perfect, but like, I feel like you're very much getting it more for the big composition of the moment. We're getting a Violet figure after so long. I'm not going to complain just because the face looks a tiny bit off. And I know also the base was changed from the prototype. I personally prefer the base that they're going with. I didn't really like the fact that there was a tiny forest with her jumping up. I thought that was really weird. So I like the fact that they've made it more accurate to the moment of her actually like stepping on the leaf and you're seeing the ripples in the water. That looks so much better to me, in my opinion. I don't know what other people think. Let me know if you prefer the old base or the new base. I definitely am team new base. But with that, that is everything that I currently have pre-ordered for 2025. I didn't expect this to take this long, but I like to yap, so apologies. But do let me know if you want more videos like this where I sit and talk about things. I kind of enjoyed this, so maybe we'll do this more often, maybe we won't. I don't know. I haven't decided. Let me know. Let me know if there's anything specific also you want me to talk about, because I could yap about anything related to my interests, so I am down for whatever. But yes, that is it for this episode. Apparently I'm in like the Truman Show or something. That was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye!